With so many options out there, finding the best phone can be tricky, but we make it easier by spending a ton of time in our labs and in the real world testing all of the top handsets and comparing them side by side. The very best phones offer great cameras, the kind of performance you need to multitask, and enough battery life to last the whole day. And we have our own web surfing battery test to put companies' all-day endurance claims to the test. Let's start. 1. iPhone 14 Pro Max. The iPhone 14 Pro Max is the best phone we've tested, and that's because it has everything you could want in a flagship. You get a stunning 6.7-inch display with new always-on capability, which lets you check the time, battery status, widgets, and notifications without turning the phone on. And the new Dynamic Island is a clever replacement for the notch that delivers everything from music playback status and timers to your next map's direction towards the top of the screen. Other highlights of the iPhone 14 Pro Max include a powerful A16 Bionic processor that smokes all Android phones and a powerful new 48MP camera that gives you the choice of brighter images or sharper resolution in Pro RAW. See our Pro RAW photo shoot to see the results. And the new action mode for video is super smooth and compelling. The best part is the battery life, as we saw over 13 hours in our testing, making this a total beast and worth the premium. 2. Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. The Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra is the ultimate Android phone for power users. It delivers a built-in S Pen just like a Galaxy Note, and you get 70% less latency for smoother performance. The 6.8-inch display is simply the best we've tested, offering class-leading brightness and color saturation, making this panel easy to read outdoors in direct sunlight and fantastic for watching shows and movies. The other big reason to buy the Galaxy S22 Ultra is the camera improvements. There's a larger main 108MP sensor that lets in more light, which means brighter pictures without having to use night mode. And when you do engage night mode, you'll get even better pics in some scenarios than the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Add in faster 45W charging and a sleek design and you have a winner. We just wish the battery life were a bit longer. And keep in mind that the new Galaxy S23 Ultra is right around the corner. 3. iPhone 14 Pro. Apple's iPhone 14 Pro is the best phone under $1,000, and that includes Android and iOS. That's because you get best-in-class performance from the A16 Bionic chip and the best camera performance in a design you can use with one hand. The 48MP camera delivers sharper and brighter photos, and you'll get excellent low-light results, especially outdoors from the iPhone 14 Pro's photonic engine. Video is another strong point for the iPhone 14 Pro, as you get a super smooth action mode along with a sharper 4K cinematic mode, and in a very clever replacement for the notch with Dynamic Island and an always-on display, and you have one of the best phones you can buy. We just wish Apple offered faster charging. 4. Google Pixel 6. The Google Pixel 6 runs on the same Tensor processor that powers the Pixel 6. That means the same AI-driven features on that more premium phone are available on this sub-$500 model. And Google even ups the ante by introducing new capabilities to its stellar Magic Erase photo editing feature. Speaking of photos, the Pixel 6 carries on the tradition of Google's budget phones offering superior photo-taking skills. The camera hardware on the Pixel 6 doesn't necessarily impress, but Google's flair for computational photography means the photos you take with this phone will top images by similarly priced camera phones. You may even get photos that rival what a more premium handset can produce. We wish the battery life on the Pixel 6 was better, but sometimes for a cheaper price, you make trade-offs. The great thing about the Pixel 6 is that those sacrifices are few and far between. 5. Google Pixel 7 Pro. The Pixel 7 Pro is Google's best phone yet, and certainly the most iconic. It features a refined design, brighter display, more powerful Tensor G2 chipset, and stronger cameras. We just wish it had better battery life, though it has improved this year. Tensor G2 offers some nice upgrades across the board, such as photo unblur, cinematic blur, and active stabilization. Google Assistant has also gotten a lot smarter, offering improvements to Direct My Call, transcription for voice texts, and better contextual understanding for voice typing. With 5x optical zoom, the Pixel 6 Pro can pull off some fancy zoom tricks in combination with the enhanced Super Res zoom, but we think the colors are a bit dull on the telephoto shots, certainly less vibrant than the iPhone 14 Pro in our testing. Regardless, the Pixel 7 Pro is the Android phone to get if you want the best cameras. 6. iPhone 14. The iPhone 14 is the best new iPhone for those looking for an affordable option. For $799, you get improved cameras across the board with better low-light performance, and the new action mode for video delivers super stable video when you're in motion, no gimbal required. The iPhone 14's A15 Bionic is stolen from the iPhone 13 Pro, which results in stronger graphics performance. This phone could even save your life when its new safety features come online, including emergency SOS via satellite and crash detection. We're not a fan of the same old design, and we wish Apple offered a 120Hz display at this price. But overall, the iPhone 14 is a winner. And in order for a smartphone to make our best phone list, it needs to excel on several tests that we run on every handset. We perform some of these tests in our labs and some in the real world. When it comes to performance, we rely on such synthetic benchmarks as Geekbench 5 and GFX Bench to measure graphics performance. These tests allow us to compare performance across iPhones and Android devices. We also run a real-world video transcoding test on each phone using the Adobe Premiere Rush app and time the result.